you're just tuning in, you're watching Xposed TV, brought to you by Stealth Productions. For a full length of this interview with Mahadeo Shivraj, please visit xposedtv.com. While you're on our website, you can easily view previous shows in their entirety. The website is easily maneuverable, so check out our next show times and current affiliations. Let's take you back to our exclusive interview with the prominent Guyanese-born actor, producer, director, and set designer Mahadeo Shivraj. Right, so this is definitely, you're definitely a pioneer in this whole entertainment arena because, like you said, you've only come across one person, the other Guyanese. So we need to go out there. We need to step up and, you know, get to the big time.
Yeah.
Now, for those who aren't familiar with your filmography accomplishments in the media, I would like for you to list a few more projects that you are part of, whether they were speaking roles, non-speaking, or simply an extra. I know you've appeared in all the series of Law and Order, the recent hit Hope and Fate, The Sopranos, and you act opposite Tina Fey on 30 Rock. What else?
Well, you have to start as an extra. I remember reading a book where the author said, he said, look at this film, and I can't remember the name now, but you'll see in the courtroom there is a guy there. He was Bruce Willis. He was just an extra. He had no lines. The camera just passed on him once. Paul Newman was the star in the movie. So they all started somewhere. You know, Harrison Ford started, and then he had to go back to carpentry for 13 years. So every one of them will have a story. It didn't happen magically, and many people think this is something that's going to happen magically. It could, maybe. You got to be fortunate, like winning the lotto, but it's not an easy task. It calls for a lot of work and dedication. And like I've just said about the problems I encounter, I was fortunate that when I auditioned for 30 Rock, they asked me where I was, and I told them, and they changed the script, and I got the part. And subsequently, that you've asked, there's a new series called the ESL series. Again, that was for a Pakistani role. I auditioned. And then I think they had to like me to change it and made it into a Guyanese character, and I got the role, and I play one of the lead roles in that episode of the ESL series. It's called Brighton Beach. I think it'll be aired very soon, maybe in another month or two. And then recently I did a film, an independent film, which stars Eddie Falco from The Sopranos, and Elias Cotillas. He's been in a lot of movies. I play a bellhop, and again, that was for a Pakistani, and they changed it, and I got the part there. I played it as a Guyanese. So that has been a little encouraging in that they've changed it, but I don't know how many times they'll do that, you know. Sometimes the writer of the film will want it to be specifically as he wants it to be, you know. And then I've had the opportunity to work as an extra in many, many Hollywood films and television shows. And they've all served to give me more strength. I've learned a lot observing the crew, how they work, the actors, how they work. So it's a wealth of knowledge that I have now. And it's all been a wonderful, wonderful experience for me. And every moment that I spend doing this, it's a moment of love, strong love, because I have deep love for this. I've never ever done acting for name and fame. I do it because I love it. It's what I love most.
And you're doing a fine job with it. Now, for those of you just tuning in, you're watching Xposed, brought to you by Stealth Productions. In the studios with me is the critically acclaimed Guyanese-born actor, producer, and director Mahadeo Shivraj, who's also the creator of the New York hit stage show Laugh Till Your Belly Bust. Now tell us about some of the current projects you're working on, and that could include projects that you just filmed or that are in post-production as an actor, producer, director, even a set designer.
Well, this recent film, Three Backyards, that's in post-production right now. One highlight for me is the play I just did in Guyana, and I was fortunate that the Indian Arrival Committee invited me to play the lead role in this film, Kanyadan. It's an Indian play. It talks a lot about domestic violence, and the Ministry of Health, not Health, Home Affairs, I can't remember the ministry now, but they were trying to get this information out. And what better way than to put it in the form of a play, you know? And the guy who directed me my first play ever happened to be the director for the play. And I had the least rehearsals and the most lines I've ever had in my life. And it was a fantastic play. I enjoyed every moment. There are plays that are stuck in my mind because I enjoyed it, because it was most challenging. I think in retrospect, a few years from now, I'll think about this as being the best or one of the best plays I've ever done. And right now I've done, I think, over 90 plays.
Wow.
So it's a lot. It's a lot. My father and my wife, they tell me if I had studied to be a doctor or a lawyer, I could have been a far away, qualified a long time ago, and maybe a millionaire from earnings. But here I am struggling as an actor. But again, at least I enjoy this and I love doing it, you know. But upcoming event that we have that I'm very busy with is the Laugh Till Your Belly Bus 5 that's going to be this weekend. But I do have one play that I did, The Quack Doctor by the Roti Shop. I want to do that play again in the new year, sometime in the first half of the year. But I also want to do other projects. But one main thing that I want to see done, and I haven't found the script as yet, but I want to direct a film. Okay. I've directed many plays. I've done the set design for plays. But I want to direct a film. That's one of my dreams.
And we're coming back to that.
Yeah.
But first, more recent accomplishments, for instance, Laugh Till Your Belly Bus. It's in the 5th year. We've touched on that a couple times in this interview. Now, where would you like to see its future?
I hope when I'm very old, I could still say, you know what, we were at Laugh Till Your Belly Bus number 40 or something like that, and it's still going strong. It calls for a lot of work, a lot of creativity. My friends ask me, how do you think up all these things and get people to have people laughing year after year? And if I had studied God as much as I did, I would have been stronger. I do spend my time in that area too. I love spirituality. But yeah, I do spend a lot of time thinking about stuff to make people laugh, because in as much as it's only once a year, it takes the whole year to create it, because you're constantly thinking and coming up with items to use in the show, you know.
That you haven't already used.
Yeah, that I haven't. I've never repeated anything, never. And so I hope that it'll become bigger and bigger and keep growing, so that not only will it reach 40, but we could reach 40 different states in America where Guyanese are to do it, besides New York, you know?
Right. Have you ever thought about going on tour, or are you?
Well, the first 4 years, it was only New York. And this year, we went to Florida, we went to Canada, and we went to Guyana. So that is a stride ahead, you know?
Right.
So I just want to get more places. It's just a matter of finding the right people in the places to make it happen, you know?
That's right.